We are live. All right. Welcome on to our second ever live. Excited to have you guys here. We're making sure everything's working right. We're going to get started in just a second. I think you're going to like today's episode, whatever you want to call it. We had a blast with you guys on our last live we did. It's up on YouTube if you want to go check it out. But we are live with YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook today, like always. So hello to all the peeps out there. And everything looking good, Tom?
Looking great.
All right. Okay. Hello, Nina. Okay, so let's get started. Today we are talking about the microbiome. We just had a reel go kind of crazy, a little bit crazy. I think it was on Facebook. It went a little crazy. Instagram's been kind of shitty these days. But anyways, the reel was talking about the microbes and fat people microbes. And I've been meaning for a while now to get on the internet and search for a test kit, at-home stool sample test kit, so I can check my own microbiome. So that is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be looking around to see what kind of poop sample kits there are, because I want to send mine in. So I've been doing fermented foods for quite a while. How many of you do fermented foods? I've been doing fermented foods for quite a while, many years. I mean, I was making sauerkraut 20 years ago in my kitchen. So I kind of know, and I used to make kombucha and all this stuff, but I didn't add them back in daily on a daily basis until about, 2 years ago, I think, when I met Dr. Sean O'Mara, and he was like, you need to be eating ferments every single day. And I was like, well, that's fine. I love them. And he told me a story about his own gut, which was amazing. I want to share it with you. By the way, we're going to be having Dr. Sean come on real soon to do a live interview with us. So stay tuned for that, because he is excited to come on and talk to you guys. He wants to talk to you about cortisol and how it affects visceral fat. So that's going to be a really good episode. So, hi everybody. Yes. Eating all the ferments. Heather. Yes. Love it. So we're going to be looking for the stool sample kit, but I want to tell you what the reason is for doing this, because Dr. Sean, when he started out on his journey with becoming the leading researcher on visceral fat, he was studying the microbiome, and he ran across the study, which is the study where they did on mice. And the study was that they took 2 sterile mice, and I'm making it really short. You can go find it yourself, but I'm making it short. So they got 2 sterile mice. They did fecal matter transplants. And what that means was they took feces of something else and put it inside the mouse. The something else was feces from twins. The twins were, one was skinny and one was fat. And so they took stool samples out of each twin and they put them in these sterile mice that had never been around any type of microbes. And what they found was astonishing. They found that the mice that got the microbes, the fecal matter transplant from the obese person, became obese. And the mice that got the skinny twins microbes, they stayed skinny. So at that point, he's like, okay, there's something with this microbiome. He started doing research on it. He loves it. So he sent in a stool sample of his own stool to I hope he doesn't mind I'm telling this. He doesn't really mind about most things because he shares everything. But he had the best microbiome they had ever seen. They actually called him to find out who he was, because when he sent his sample in, he had the best they had ever seen of diversity of microbes, the most healthy gut for the guy that eats a lot of different types of ferments. So now the trick is that we've learned from Dr. Sean is to eat a variety of ferments. So we're eating like little sprigs of multiple different brands, multiple different kinds, kimchis, all the different types as far as the fermented veggies go. He does eat fermented fruit on occasion, but it has to be very fermented. I do not eat the fermented fruit. I only eat the fermented veggies in the form mostly of cabbage. Mostly it's krauts and kimchis and things like that. Another thing that he taught me was that the rind of the cheese on old aged cheeses has the highest microbial counts and very beneficial to the gut. So if you're out shopping and you're looking for old cheeses, find like the old hard cheeses, and that rind it's like a freaking probiotic is what it is. Okay, so it has all of the microbes in there, and that is what you want to get that old aged rind of the cheese. So I find this just so fascinating. I thought you guys would find this fascinating too. So my last story before we start looking for microbiome test kits together on the internet is I knew someone, a friend of mine, had gotten sick and they were put in the hospital, very, very sick with an infection. And they gave this person like the highest strength antibiotic there was available. And this person ended up getting C. diff from the antibiotic, meaning they had killed all their microbes in their gut and just created havoc in there. So they ended up with C. diff. And so they had to do a fecal matter transplant on this person and to, repopulate the gut with healthy bacteria. And the person gained 40 pounds in the course of about 2 months. It was really sad because this person had been thin and healthy their entire life, had never struggled with weight issues. And then after 2 months of getting a fecal matter transplant, so we said it must have been a fat person's microbes. And that sucks. That really sucks. So there's all kinds of studies out there. There's all kinds of interesting facts. In my opinion, they're just not testing the microbiome enough. I believe that there's so much more they could get into with the microbiome. I mean, we are more microbes than we are cells. So there's a lot they don't know about it yet. They are figuring some stuff out. How important is it that we know that, the antibiotics wipe out our gut now? We know that. I got so many antibiotics when I was a child. So many antibiotics. And even into my 20s, my gut was absolutely destroyed. I had horrible histamine issues. I had hives all over my body. I was allergic to like 15 different foods, so bad that I used to carry an EpiPen. And it's because my poor gut bacteria was just so destroyed from all the antibiotic use. So, it's pretty crazy. I remember when my boys were little, I found a doctor, the clinic that I took them to when they were little, and they'd be having these high fevers, they'd have ear infections and whatever. And I'd go to these two doctors at this clinic, and they were like, you got to stop feeding them, sugar and puffs and stuff. And, let their bodies try to get over this ear infection on their own. And I'm like, oh my gosh, at the time I was so young, I'm like, but this is like, they've got a high fever. They're so like sad. Like this is scaring me. And can we just give them some antibiotics? And these doctors refused. They were like, no, we're not giving you antibiotics for an ear infection, that it will clear up on its own. This is the way that you challenge the immune system. And so I started looking into it after that. I was only in my 20s, and man, I figured out that they were right after I started researching what they were telling me. So it's pretty interesting when you look at the microbiome and all the things that, it influences in our body: serotonin, dopamine, GABA, all the feel-good stuff. Of course, insulin, it affects insulin. So tonight, people, we are going to look into microbiome test kits. Okay. I have not done this yet. We're doing this together. So I wanted to keep it real for you guys and show you how I think about this kind of stuff, and like how I'm going to choose one that I think is going to be a good one. I might choose two. I don't know. We're going to see. So I'm going to share my screen, and everything's going okay, boys? We're doing good. Full screen share and screen share. Okay. I think you guys can see it. Everybody can see it now. Okay. So let's type in here. We're going to type in to the screen share, microbiome test kits. Test kit. Let's see what we find. Okay, so we're going to go, these are sponsored. I always like to kind of go past the sponsored stuff first. And, oh, look, of course, Amazon sells them, don't they? And start looking at what there is. So I'm going to say, we're going to just go highest rated. And of course, well, let's just check these guys out. Even though it's sponsored, let's see what it has to do with this. All right, products. This is in supplements. I don't know if they have tests. Do they have testing? Gut intelligence test, full body intelligence. Let's try the gut intelligence test, whatever that means. That kind of like puts me off a little bit. Gut intelligence test. Shop all products. Okay, full body intelligence test. Let's look at this one. Okay, 20 detailed health scores, 370 food recommendation based on your scores, clear insights that connect your gut microbiome to your overall health, options to purchase custom formulated supplements and hand selected biotics. Of course, they want to sell you the biotics with it. So I'm always a little cautious about that when they're like, here, buy the test and then I'm going to send you 15 supplements with it. It's like, I don't know. I want the test to work though. So we're going to see if they say anything here about how it works. You register your kit. Yeah, that's all easy. But what do they test? I want to see gut health, inflammatory activity, gas production, gut lining, gut active microbial diversity, both microbial richness, number of microbes, and evenness, the balance of microbial species in your gut microbiome play a role in determining the value of gut activity microbial diversity. This is important to me. So this is good. In other words, that is what the microbes are actually doing. Okay, so this sounds good to me. Hey guys, thanks for being on. Let's see about gut lining health. We'll assess your gut lining health and the health of your mucosal layer that protects it. When your gut lining is compromised, things go outside the environment. Okay, well, that seems pretty good. We assess activities of your microbes related to digestion, such as the movement of food, specific macronutrient breakdown ability, and the gut lining health from your first bite of food to the time it leaves your body. That's pretty cool that they can figure that out. I don't know what the details are of that, but that is pretty cool that they can figure that out. And I really want to understand this too, the activities of my microbes, because this is what I'm talking about with you. You can have microbes that actually suck more of the nutrition into your body and make you fatter. You can have microbes that stimulate more insulin. You can have microbes that make you crave sugar. So I want to know who's who in there. We'll assess how much gas your microbes produce. Overall, high microbial gas production has been associated with digestive difficulties. Yeah, I don't really have gas very much anymore, like hardly ever, unless I get a little too crazy on the garlic. We'll assess how your microbes are breaking down protein. Ooh. If protein is not fully broken down, microbes will digest the excess protein available and may convert it into harmful byproducts. Yes, that does happen. So I'm glad they do this test. And we measure microbial organisms and functions associated with your blood sugar, insulin resistance, and weight control. Okay, so they do tests for all that. And of course, inflammation, the buzzword everybody likes to talk about, reflect an immune response in your gut environment caused by harmful things. Okay, I actually think this is probably a really freaking good one. I mean, it got the highest scores, did it? I mean, I think, let's see, let's go back one. And back another one. Back another one. Award winning, but who gave the award? Right? Okay. Okay, let's keep looking here and see what else we can find for testing the microbiome. Show more. Zoe analyzes blood sugar and fat response alongside the microbiome for customized dietary advice. Comprehensive clinical data, GI 360. Often requires practitioner. Highly regarded for detailed clinical markers, including pathogen detection. Okay, so they're probably looking more for like things in your gut, that are pathogenic, like parasites and stuff like that. Best for budget, Ombre focuses on. Okay, so let's look at I don't even think we need that. Let's just keep scrolling down. Inner Buddies. What's this? Full microbiome test. Inner Buddies. That is such a cute name. Oh my gosh, who thought of that? I love that name. Okay, top 5 best at home test kits compared to 2025. Oh, is this just looking for? Do they even sell them, or is it just, this is just a blog? Oh no, single test. Food, supplement advice, recipe advice. Oh, shut up, cookies. No, this isn't. This is kind of weird. And this is Europe. Okay, well, we're moving on now. See? What are we learning? Microbiome. Let's try these guys. 4.3 stars. Not very good stars, but let's see what they say. 89 reviews. Okay. Understand the key values that determine your gut health. Microbiome health. Clues to symptoms. Extend recommendations. Okay, what do they test? It's basic. Let's just see what it is. Let's see what's in it. Does it say? Bacteria lists. Okay. Get a detailed overview of the bacteria. Okay, so they actually send you the details of what bacteria are testing in your body, and then they make personal recommendations based off of that. Now, I don't really need that, but that's cool that they do that, you guys. That's cool. Just got to make, I don't know what their recommendations would be, you know. This is the thing is, some of these places, I like that this one breaks it down for you and gives you an actual bacteria list, because I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments right now. I get distracted. I like that this breaks this down for you in the different types of bacteria, because ultimately you can go start doing research on your own. You can go in and, like, whatever bacteria seems off balance, you can start researching it on your own and seeing what's going on with it and maybe why. But the personal recommendations, they also, give you, you just don't know what they're going to say, because there's a lot of people who believe that you should have a lot of microbes in your gut that eat a lot of starch and glucose and carbohydrates, and they think that those microbes are going to be the things that you need. But remember the story I told you about Dr. Sean? He has been eating nothing but meat and ferments for, I think, the last 6 years, and he hasn't been eating any vegetables at all. Or fruit, of course, for that matter. The only vegetables is just the ferments. And he doesn't eat, he's not eating jars of ferments every day. He's eating condiment size amounts with his steak. And he had the most diverse microbiome they had ever seen. So, but he also drinks spring water. He's very careful, even when he doesn't go out. He goes to the ocean and swims in the ocean and literally drinks a little bit of the ocean water to get the microbes from the ocean. He doesn't use any harsh shampoos or anything on his hair. So he's really, really into this. We're going to talk to him about it. When I talked to him this morning, I was like, let's talk about microbiome too today. So this one seems like it's pretty, they get your enterotype, which determines which bacteria dominate your gut. And it's kind of goes back to your ancestors, and they have different enterotypes for Caucasians and Asians. And so this is okay. I'm not super interested in this. The dysbiosis index shows you whether harmful bacteria are outnumbering the beneficial ones. That's a good idea. That, I think, is a good one. Okay. A low score can indicate potential health issues. Yes, we know. Okay. So I like this one, actually. So Microbiome. Are we taking notes? My Viome and is a pretty good one too. I'm kind of like at a toss up right now. All right, let's keep looking. Seems like there's a lot here. I've done this one before, the standard process, because I used to use a lot of standard process in my practice. Let's just look at it really quick. I can't remember now what it was like, but I have done this one before. And it's pretty basic, I think. Taking supplements. Yeah, this is basic. They give you a little gut report, and it's really just, they want you to buy the supplements too. So, and some of these probiotics, I think there's studies on, and they research them, and they can work, but I mean, the best way is just to eat the freaking sauerkraut and the fermented foods, and they taste freaking delicious. So why wouldn't you just do that? Just do that. That works. That is what works. Okay. What is this one? Let's see what this is. Let's go here. And visit site. Oh. Okay, so description. Minimize your da-da-da. Okay, that's just how to use. Yes, I probably figure kit contents. Okay, but what do they test for? This is the test kit, but I want to know what they test for. 100 personalized findings on wellness and health, advanced DNA and microbiome analysis. So this one isn't really telling me much of what it does. So I'll probably pass on that one. Probably will pass on that one. Ombre. See what these guys do. They look like they're all around $200 to $300, huh? You guys seeing this? 200 to 300. So let's go to Ombre. How do I get to there? Oh, these guys only have 3.2 stars and 891 users. Let's see what they say. Super quick and easy. I want to look at some of these. Oh, 1-star reviews. How do I get over there? All reviews, 1 star. Results were undetermined. Your gut health test seems like a sham. Another customer with another lost order. Okay, whatever. Custom formulas have nothing to do with I received the test late, and when I received it, most of the stabilizing fuel fluid had leaked out. Okay. While in ordering process, I accidentally added a product I did not want. Oh, that's just your fat finger. Too hard to understand the results. I don't care about that. I was notified they were not able to test my sample. It gave me the opportunity to cancel my membership. Very generic, no valuable information. I was disappointed in the data provided in the gut health test. I was expecting much more from the advertising. I expected a unique report with a proper diet plan and valuable information that what foods to eat in what quantities to really enhance weight loss. Instead, a generic table of information was somewhat filtered, but little explanation was given as to why each one was chosen. Only more generic information about various elements of gut chemistry, something you'd find in a diet book. It seems like this test didn't offer much. Okay, so that makes me kind of go, well, probably don't need to look into that one. Okay, Microbiome IQ. Let's look at these guys. And they have 4.9, but only 7 user reviews. So let's go see what these guys are about. Okay, how do we get to their website? God, they had a website. Well, let's do Microbiome IQ Juna. Okay. Discovering your unique gut health score. Yeah. Study highlight 90% serotonin. Okay, so these guys are testing serotonin, dopamine, and immunity. Offers next gen sequencing to reveal what's really going on in your gut. Gut issues are more common. Yes, we know. Key benefits, understand gut brain access, personalized insights. What's that? So supplements, of course, know your gut score. But I do like that they test, they tell you what your serotonin and dopamine and stuff is. What sets them apart. I like this. Test uses next generation sequencing to analyze tens of thousands of bacterial and fungal species, providing a comprehensive view of your microbiome. This test also compares your results to the largest microbiome interkingdom data set, offering unparalleled accuracy. Okay. That's pretty good, I feel like. Okay. Why should I test? We don't need to know that. What makes the lab research behind this test credible? Testing is conducted at Case Western Reserve University, one of the top medical research institutions in the U.S. The analysis is backed by validated method and over 100 research studies, and the test is powered by Viome technologies. The test uses blah, 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 blah. Okay, so these guys are pretty good too, but I want to know what they're testing. It doesn't say what they're testing. So I like this one because it's using they have the lab on there. They talk about the lab, and they're talking about, all of the studies that they have done. And even those studies don't always mean exactly anything, I kind of like this just because they're kind of following up with, okay, we've reviewed all these. It feels like they have experience in this to me. So, a comprehensive at-home stool designed to decode your gut health. You'll receive a personalized gut score 1 to 10 based on your key microbial markers. Okay, what do you guys think? I feel like this would be a really good one. So we're going with Microbiome IQ. Do you guys think I should just buy all of them? Do you think I should just Viome? Yep, we looked at Viome. I feel like Viome, Microbiome IQ, and what was the last one we just looked at?
What are your thoughts as Juna microbiome test?
Juna,
which I think is the Juna.
Oh yeah, that's the one we just Juna.
They're like adding it,
like do that one. Okay, they think I should do the Juna one. Okay, so
He thinks you should do more than one to compare though.
I think so too. I think I should do like the 3 that I think look really good. I think I'm gonna do the Microbiome IQ, and then I'm gonna do the Viome, and I'm gonna do what was the other one we were looking at that was pretty good? Oh, dang. Did I freaking lose it now? No, it has to be here somewhere. Was this it? No, that was the one that wasn't good. Huh. Decode ages. Microbiome was the other one. Yes. Xeno has a dry blood gut health test. Huh. That sounds interesting. This was the other one I'm really interested in because it was the one that, yeah, I think this one would be. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll do this one. I'll do my Bioma. I'll do the Viome one, and I'll do the Microbiome IQ by Juna. Because it seems like they're testing different things, and then we're going to be back on a live to figure out which one is like the craziest, but also to see my results. What do you guys think my results are going to be? I'm excited to see. Yeah, Angela, Juna, Microbiome IQ. Looks good to me too. But I'm going to get 3, and we're going to do all 3, and we're going to just test. I'm going to get them for Tom too. We're going to test yours, honey. Okay. We're going to test Tom's poop too, and we're going to see how our microbiome is. I'm excited to do this. Okay, are there any questions I should answer? Any, Tom Fraser?
Not in the Instagram that you can't see. Everything else you can see in your chat.
Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I made my selections. Thank you for your help. But as you can see, there's a lot out there.
Thought says Jona, not Juna. Try Jona. Just type in Jona once real quick.
Jonah?
Jona.
Jonah.
Jona gut health test right there. So
Gut health test. Okay, these guys want me to look at this. We're going to see. Jonah. Okay. For practitioners, order kit, microbiome quiz, facts about team practitioners. I've looked into these guys before. I almost did these guys, I think. I think these are the guys. Bloating, acid reflux, weight gain, acne. Okay. Where's they have a bunch of doctors.
there's a shop now up top right.
Okay, let's just, thank you. Okay, AI powered analysis. Benefits. Our AI provides the most accurate results by continuously analyzing and updating from over 600,000 research papers and new studies are published. Comprehensive, get a full analysis of your GI, skin, metabolic, brain, and overall health, even if symptoms aren't appearing. Wait, what is this that I clicked on? This is like a microbiome test. Yeah. Really on the skin too, huh? Skin, metabolic, brain, and overall health, even if symptoms aren't appearing. Each microbiome is unique, and so are tailored recommendations. Okay, so you guys think I should do this one, huh?
Yeah, that one person's admin. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
Identifies bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microbial components. Shotgun sequencing allows us to capture everything in your gut down to a strain level. AI-driven insights, personalized recommendations, custom recommendations for diet, supplement, and lifestyle changes to address your personal health goals. All studies are associated with recommendations are linked throughout the report. We don't sell low-quality testing to push other products. Oh, okay. No affiliations with supplement brands or hidden agendas. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So this is what it looks like. So they're going through brain health, diet, eat to stop, intermittent fasting. They're giving you what you should be doing too. Swimming, cycling, vitamin K. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's maybe add this one to the list too. I really just want to do 3 because I feel like 3 is the charm. So we'll do Jonah. We'll do Juna and Jonah. How's that? Juna and Jonah. And the other one that I liked was there's the Juna one. What was the other one that I liked? Juna, Jonah, and gosh, man, you think I could keep my shit together today? I guess I do need to use the tabs. Anyhow, Viome. Tip of my tongue. Juna, Jonah, and Viome. Those are the ones I'm going to order. And we're going to do those, and then we're going to test them. We're going to be back on here, and we are going to see what we come up with, which tests are good, and which tests, what one I liked, which one won, and what my gut health is doing right now, because I'm really curious to know. So if anybody wants to do this with us, go ahead, order whatever kit you want, and I'll schedule I'll let you know when we're going to do the live to talk about it. Sound good? All right. Any other questions I need to get to, Tom Fraser?
Not that I saw.
Okay, you guys, this is a quickie live, but I think it's educational. I think we can learn something here. So poop sample, ready and willing, coming right up. Okay, we will see you guys on the next one. Not sure when it's going to be, but we will be here soon.